Hi. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, good morning, good day. I'm here and I don't make videos very often at all, but I am here attempting to make a video this evening to invite you to participate in a hopefully global meditation. Um, I wanted to take this time to share some information with you. We know that we're in the midst of a global pandemic, and now's the time for us to not only just think about these things and to discuss them, but to act. So that's also why I'm here. I'm presenting you with a call to action. I'm not sure if you've heard this before, but the universe requires action. So that's a little quote that I am very fond of. Anyway, so this is a call to action for all of us. So I'm hoping that you will please give your attention to my proposition. I'll try to be as quick as I possibly can. So we need a little more than about 85,000 people to participate in this meditation. That 85,000 people represent approximately just over 1% of a global population of, say, 7 billion people. So, all of our lives, our children's lives, our grandchildren's lives are going to be impacted by what we do at this time. So there are those who seem to think that we are mindless and lazy and fearful and distracted. And yes, many of us are distracted. So um, we may need to make some effort to undistract ourselves. So hopefully we can do that. We need to be able to do something on our own behalf and for the behalf or on the behalf of others. So I want to elucidate to you about an ancient tactic as well as some modern methods of using bioenergetics and human consciousness. So the ancient tactic, any of you who are familiar with the Holy Bible, um, in the book of Joshua, Joshua 6 to be exact. They did something and they, according to the story, got an effect. They had a positive outcome. So I'm not going to spend this time because I want to be brief um, reading that to you. But please go, if you have a Bible, and go to the book of Joshua, the 6th chapter, and read about that. So you'll know what I'm talking about. But I am going to move on and tell you about something called the Maharishi effect. And I'll be very brief about that. The Maharishi effect, in summary, uh, was something that also was practiced or used as an experiment. So it was an experiment. And in this experiment, 1% of the world's population meditated. And when they did this, all trends regarding, say, the economy, crime, and quality of life improved for the better. So their um, effects have shown time and again that when 1% meditate, world peace is the natural consequence. So, again, in this particular instance, I'm citing one particular instance right now, even though there are over 500 instances, recorded instances of this. I'm talking about one specific right now. When this group of meditators created a large field of positive energy in their field of consciousness, they found that it was able to overshadow negativity in the environment. So negative social trends were reversed into positive trends. The studies were proven that the economy was improved, there was increased peace, and there was a reduction in crime. So if you want to go look at one such instance or a site that talks about this, there is a site, this one particular site, though there are many, but this one is called growingperson.com. And you're looking for the Maharishi effect meditation. So I'm not going to talk about the numerology of it, even though that's pretty interesting as well. Um, but we'll look at the 85,000 people, again, being just over 1%, maybe between 1 and 2% of the population. So that was shown to be highly effective. So we only need that many people. So I'm hoping that we can have that many people to do this week between tomorrow, August the 2nd, and Sunday, August the 8th. So moving on, there are those who use scripture and prophecies and different things when they are thinking of us as a population. So we should look at those things as well to help elevate us. So the conquest of Jericho, I call it the conquest of Jericho method, and the Maharishi effect are things that we can imitate to try to recreate a positive outcome. Okay, so taking into account, and in this regard, we can do this. So if the war is in our minds, then we can maybe take back our minds and try to do something positive for ourselves personally and for the whole of the population. So I'm going to read a quote to you really quickly. The idea that human consciousness has an influence at a distance without direct interaction between individuals is challenging, but evidence exists that shows that tapping into the field is also responsible for beneficial changes in society, as the research has evidenced. Another site where you can take a look at this is called antidote-to-violence.org. So my invitation to you is to please have you participate in entering into a focused meditative state first thing in the morning when you are first arising. So if you have an alarm clock, after you wake up, maybe you settle yourself down a little bit, and then you take the time to focus either on a mantra of something positive like love or freedom. And you do this again when you get ready to go to bed. So the last thing you do when you get into your bed to go to sleep, you've cut the lights off and you're ready to shut your eyes. Some people pray before they go to sleep. So after your prayer, you could enter into a meditative process of focusing with your heart, not just with your mind, on ideas of love, of freedom, of health, for yourself, for your community, for your region, for the world, because we need this. Okay. So it's thought anecdotally to be a fortuitous time right now. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in space. You can check into that if you want to as well. Space weather is sizzling right now. So again, this is a great time. Another mantra that I would just quickly introduce you to, it's a Hebrew word. It looks like sub. It's written S-U-B, but it's pronounced shuv. So shuv, shuv. And this word has a special meaning. It is directly biblical. It is the concordance or the transliteration for the word recompense, or to return, or to render, or to deliver. So it's a very positive word in the sense that we'd like to see a change in our circumstances. I'm also going to quickly bring up to you 3 universal laws. The first one is the law of relativity, which says that each person will receive into their lives a series of challenges. The purpose of this is to create a stronger light within you. These challenges should be considered a call to action, just as I am speaking to you about a call to action. The second universal law And there's quite a few, but I'm only speaking to you about three. The second law that I wish to touch upon quickly is called the law of polarity. The law of polarity says that everything is on a continuum and has an opposite. As it pertains to our thoughts, we can push out or transform undesirable thoughts by replacing that thought with its opposite. So if we're having a negative thought of fear, we can push that out with a word maybe like love, or bring into your mind some image that is the opposite of what you're thinking about. So when I have fearful thoughts, I immediately say all is well. And I say it very quickly to shift my thinking. So that's an example of what you could do. The final universal law, the one of three that I want to mention to you, is called the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. According to this law, all people have within themselves the power to alter conditions in their lives. Lower vibrations can be consumed by higher vibrations. Thus, each of us can transmute the lower energies that affect us by first understanding the universal laws and applying them. So, ask for the meditation very quickly, first thing in the morning. Um, Find a quiet place if you're not already in your bed. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Take 3 deep breaths, relax, then repeat whatever your chosen mantra is in your mind. Stay focused on this mantra, repeating it over and over again for 5 to 10 minutes or longer. If you're short on time, repeat the mantra perhaps 10 to 20 times. Okay? When you're done, slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back to your present awareness. Then slowly arise from your position and continue on with what you would do during the course of your day. At bedtime, at lights out, after you've done everything that you need to do to prepare for bed, lay on your back with your eyes closed. Do the same as I just mentioned, sitting comfortably or laying comfortably with your eyes closed. Take the deep breaths, relax, repeat the mantra in your mind. Stay focused on that mantra, repeating it over and over again, repeating it in your mind or ever so quietly until you drift off into sleep. And that's it. And if you would please just do that between August the 2nd, tomorrow, and August the 8th, you will be inserting into the world around you, in your household, again, in your community, in the region, in the world, positive energy. And we really, really need that right now. So I have one really quick last quote for you about the Maharishi effect. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. And that quote is attributed to Margaret Mead. And I think that in this instance, it's very appropriate. Thank you for your time. I hope that you please will consider what I've said and the importance, because it's really important. Thank you, thank you, thank you.